In today's lesson, we're going to continue to talk about variables on both sides, but we're going to talk about what to do when we have some distribution or combining like terms. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, yesterday when we talked, we said that we wanted to collect all the variables on one side and all the constants, also known as the numbers, on the other. And if I look at this problem, I would say which side is bigger. This had the bigger variable, so I would make this my variable and make this my number side. But what do I do when I get to a problem? I draw my equal sign down my line and I say to myself, hey, I have 3 v's. There's a v, there's a v, and there's a v. Well, I cannot decide which is going to be my variable side and which side is going to be my number side until I combine and simplify both sides. So on this problem, what that looks like is this. I look at the left side and I say to myself, if I split up my terms, I'm going to choose a different color. Let's say green. If I split up my left side, I have 2v and 9. Are those like terms? Can I combine those? And the answer is no, because v has a variable and 9 doesn't. So I leave the left side alone and I go to the right side and I say, okay, splitting them apart, I've got 3v, negative 21, and 7v. Can I combine anything on this side? Well, 3v and 7v are like terms. So yes, I can combine them. Together they make 10v because 3 plus 7 is 10. And remember, when after I combine, I always bring down what's left over. So this right side simplifies to 10v minus 21. Fantastic. On the left-hand side, I'm just going to rewrite what I have. So now that I have a simplified answer, I can now decide which is going to be my variable side and which is going to be my number side. Well, as I look at my equation, 10v is certainly bigger than 2v, so the right side is my variable side and the left side is my number side. I'm going to draw a line down and I'm going to continue. If my number side is on the left-hand side, that means I don't want the 2v. Because it's positive, I'm going to subtract. On the left, I'm going to subtract 2v. On the right side, I'm going to subtract 2v. Make sure you stack 2v underneath the other v. Make sure the v's line up. And I'm going to simplify. 2v and negative 2v zero out. I'm left over with a 9 equals 10v minus 2v is 8v. And because 10 minus 2 is 8. And I'm going to bring down minus 21. Remember that the right side is my variable side, so what do I want to get rid of? I want to get rid of the 21. Since it's subtraction, I'm going to undo that by using addition, and I'm going to make sure I stack those as well. So 9 plus 21 is 30. Equals 8v. And I'm going to finish this problem by using division. So I'm going to divide by 8v. I mean, not 8v. I'm going to divide by 8, leaving the v. And what do I get? Well, I don't think that divides evenly, so I'm going to grab my calculator. 30 divided by 8 gives me 3.75. So that's my final answer. V is equal to 3.75. There we go. So your turn. Try this problem and see how you do. Pause, and when you're ready to check your answer, press play. All right, let's check it. So on the left-hand side, I first see that I need to combine my terms. I need to combine 6y and negative 2, which gives me 4y. This is my variable side, and this is my number side. I'm going to get rid of anything that's not a variable on the right. So I add 10. That means I have 4y is equal to 2y plus 16. I'm going to continue. This is my number side, so I got to get rid of my variable. So minus 2y. 4 minus 2 is 2. And I'm going to run out of room, so I'm going to come up here. And I have 2y is equal to 16 because this is gone. When I divide by 2, because that's multiplication, I end up with y equals 8. And that's my final answer. Hopefully that checks out with what you got. All right, next type of problem. I need to decide which has a bigger variable. Well, right now, I think it's the right-hand side, but I'm not sure until I distribute. You can't combine or move anything in parentheses until you get rid of the parentheses. So again, parentheses first. So I distribute. 9 times 2 is 18. 2 times 6 is 12. I'm going to bring everything else down. And now I decide, since I have my variables all out of parentheses, which is my bigger. This is my biggest variable, so that's my variable side, and this is my number side. Let's go ahead and simplify. If this is my number side, I'm going to take away 12 since it's positive. I'm going to take away 12y on both sides. Make sure the y's are stacked on top of each other. 18 is equal to 27 plus, well, what is 15 minus 12? That is 3. Continuing, I'm going to minus 27 since it's positive. 18 minus 27 is negative 9. Negative 9 is equal to 3y, and I'm going to solve by dividing by 3. And I get my final answer, negative 3 equals y. And there you go. What do I do if only one side has a constant? Only one side has a number. Here's what I want you to remember. If only one side has a number, I do not care which side has the variable, which side is bigger. I don't care about any of that. Hey, if this is the only side with a number, this is automatically the number side. Doesn't matter. It is. So if this is my number side, this is automatically my variable side. And I'm going to go ahead and solve. If this is my number side, I'm going to get rid of 9v. I'm going to cancel that out, and I get 2 is equal to 3v. And then I'm going to divide. So divide by 3. V is equal to, now if you type it in your calculator, 2 divided by 3 is a big long decimal. If it's a big long decimal, just change it to a fraction so we can write a simple version. It's 2/3. Okay, this last one is your turn. So go ahead and try this problem. Remember, if there's only a number, that's your number side. Okay, getting started. Since 14 is my only plain old number, this is my number side, this is my variable side. I'm going to add 8y because it is negative. And I'm going to be left with 14 on the right side. That zeroes out, equals negative 6 plus 8 is 2y. And I'm going to divide by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So my final answer is 7 equals y, or y equals 7.